And right after I chop the most recent head off, and I'm like dancing in glory because bitch, fuck you. If you're gonna tell the story, tell the whole story. Again, I should really be the hero of all these stories. Cause I ain't leaving alone. Feel like I could be honest, babe. We both know that we're grown. That's why I wanna know. How many drinks would it take you to leave with me? Yeah, you look good and I got money, but I don't wanna waste my... Now, we gonna try and keep this real cute, real short, okay? One, because I don't want to be talking for too long. Two, because I'm tired of, well, not tired of, because this is my first time doing it, but I don't feel the need to have to explain myself to people. But I'm tired of being misunderstood and everybody putting their own spin on what I stand for, what I represent, all of that kind of stuff. So let's really get into it. And also, don't be misled by my crown. This is the only one I have, okay? Don't get misled, okay? Shout out to the Greeks, but I'm not one of y'all. My official crown is sitting, minding her business. So people like to associate me with like sexuality and with violence and this and with that, but that's just the story that y'all hear about me the most. It's not really who I am / what I stand for, you know? Because in all actuality, those of you that really resonate with my femininity and, not this one, and my motherly energy and just my divineness, you know, my primordialness, right? Y'all really get it. Y'all see the vision, okay? Now, depending on who you ask, there's a couple different stories of where I came from, how I came to be, what I'm about, blah, 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 right? So let's go through all of them. Because why not? Let's just go through all of them. Oh, I am using my 1626 brushes. Shout out to Black-owned businesses, okay? Now, most of the time you see me, or most of the time people like to draw me, or the art that's associated with me and or created in my honor. You'll see me in it's like a screenshot of the violence that happened, okay? They see me holding a severed head in my hand. You see me wearing a bunch of heads on my neck. You see me wearing a skirt made of arms, you know? Not arms like armor, arms like the limb, you know? Arms. Let's see. Sidebar, for all my hooded eye girlies, like, always remember, don't just do the lid. Like, you gotta go all the way up because otherwise folks are not gonna see the color. But that's neither here nor there. Sitting with the sun behind me might prove to be a problem, but whatever, we're gonna keep going. So like I said, depending on who you ask, you'll get a different version of where I came from, how I came to be, right? Now, some will tell you that my good Judy and warrior goddess Durga was getting into it with what was old boy name? Getting into it with, what was his name? Mahisa? I'm pretty sure that's what his name was. There was my good Judy Durga was getting into it with this negativity, with this demon, right? So, and the demon was just doing way too much, right? So my good sis needed some help. She recognized that she needed some help. So she called on who better than good old me, right? Hashtag phone a friend. Let's just do this from the jump. there's none on that eye yet. Durga was so upset and was so mad because of all the fighting and all the going back and forth with Mahisa. So because of like when you watching shows or you watching movies or like you watching people go at it, you see that like that vein on the side of their head, so that's how you really know somebody mad, or that's how you really know somebody's yelling. Think like that. But my good Judy Durga was very, 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 very upset, and her anger manifested me. Really, they say that she was so angry that the anger burst right out of her forehead, and here I come, right? Born from fury. Born from fury. So after I pop out her forehead, depending on who you ask, I get to business. I get to chomping on the demons and solving the situation. When I say solving the situation, I mean any negativity I come across. Any negativity I come across gets dealt with, gets handled, okay? I'm killing all the demons, as I should. Because why are you just going around causing havoc, right? Now, like I said, people will often see me or depict me wearing heads around my neck, probably just because, like I said, I was dealing with everybody, and I'm knocking domes off, right? Knocking domes off, I'm eating people, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No one could stop me, right? Now, apparently, people felt like I was doing a bit too much, even though, like, I was born out of anger. What do you want from me, Born out of anger, right? Like, what else? I'm supposed to be friendly, and I'm supposed to come through, like, wait for you to tell me your story before I decide, fuck you? Like, no. I'll get straight to business. Because that's all I know is anger. All I know is fighting. So why would I come out, or why would I step on the scene peaceful? That makes zero sense to me anyway. So, but because of that, people feel like I was doing too much and I got out of hand, and now I'm the problem. Now I'm the villain, right? When I'm really not. Hold on. I cannot see. Right? When I'm really not. No human, no individual, not even the gods could stop me, right? So they call on my boo, of course, got a soft spot. They call on my boo, Shiva, to put a stop to the quote unquote madness, right? So I'm on a rampage. I'm still going. Like I said, I'm handling everything, all negativity that's in my path. So I'm just on a rampage. And before I know it, I look down, and right after I chop the most recent head off, and I'm like dancing in glory, because bitch, fuck you. I look down, and my foot that's on the next person or the next energy I'm prepared to take out, I look down, it's my boo Shiva. So I'm like, all right, pause. Let's slow down. But that's the picture that they took. I still got the head in my hand, and right after I noticed it was my boo, then I calmed down. So, but that's what they noticed. That's one story. That's all some people know about me. That's the story they were told. That's what they run with. That's all they know. That's enough for them. But like, babe, you don't have the whole story. You don't have the whole story at all. Or if you ask some other people, they'll give you a completely different story. We'll get into that in a second. Hold on. So that's one story. Then there are those who really kind of only know my name, if you ask me. So they kind of like heard this detail, and like started putting facts together. That's kind of how I look at it. So then some people will say, I came to be because in a different form, in a different life, I was, or the folks know me as Pavarti, right? Sidebar, forgive me for all the pronunciations. I'm really bad with names. So forgive me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So yeah, some people only know certain details. So they know that like in a past life, in a different form, I was, or they knew me as Pavarti, right? But then apparently Pavarti shed her dark skin, and her shadow self, her darkness, was me. Like I took her dark form, which is like, I don't necessarily like being considered / called the dark form, but like, cause why you can't just say shadow? Like why I gotta be the dark form, you know? Sidebar, I really don't know what I'm doing here, so I really hope I don't mess this up. And I hope it comes out cute. But I'm just doing stuff TBH. Anyway, so yeah, when my past self shed her shadow self, she became known as the fair one, and I became known as, what did they call me? What they call me? I became known as the sheath. Like when we're really two halves of the same whole, we're really two sides of the same coin, but like, you know, the shadow always gets all the flack, even though the shadow is the defensive. But that's a different conversation for another day. And then, you know, since it's a simple story, everybody got to put their own meanings on it, right? So like I said, Pavarti, my past self, is supposed to represent like the fair one, when I'm supposed to represent the sheath, and I'm supposed to be representative of like the darkness, which is supposed to be, if you ask, apparently, if you ask, it's supposed to be like symbolic of like death and rebirth. Like it's representative of destruction, but also life, because you know you can't have one without the other. So I'm like, okay, so me being the shadow is supposed to be representative of like my ability to both destroy and create. So that's the simple story, depending on who you ask. That should have been a crease color. We'll get back to that. We'll add some browns in here because which one should we do? Where's the other one? I need a little bit of brown because I want to deepen it. Yeah, so that's the simple story, depending on who you ask. Then there's another story of apparently both men, as in human beings, the individuals, both men and the gods were being tormented and terrorized by, what was his name? Daruka? I think that was his name. I'm pretty sure it was Daruka. They was being tormented by this person named Daruka. So they called in me, you know? Now, why is it always that when folks need help and when they need somebody to come in and handle a situation, then you calling on me, then I'm your savior, then I'm this, then I'm that. But when I do just that, when I come in handling the situation, somehow I get associated with violence. You need to be associating me as your savior, as your helper, okay? Okay. I left the other one. The other one got all my browns in it. Yeah, so they called me in, right? And Daruka apparently could only be killed by a woman. So they called me in. Which one do I want to use? I don't want it to be bronzy, really. Oh, I hope this doesn't mess it up. Yeah, so they called me in because apparently Daruka can only be handled by woman. So the gods asked my past self, you know, Pavarti, to come in and handle the situation. Sorry, hold on, I gotta focus. Especially considering the light is coming from behind me and I can't all the way see how these colors are blending together. yeah, so they asked Parvati to come in and deal with the demon. So I jump down, or she jumps down, our boo, Shiva's throat. Now, according to the story, Shiva, my hubby, our hubby, had previously swallowed this poison, right? Yeah, I think it's called, like the poison is called hala hala, right? So my hubby had previously, or our hubby, had previously swallowed this poison, hala hala, and obviously there were some remnants in the throat, right? So when my past self hopped down his throat, she mixes with hala hala, and out pops me. Because there just has to be some level of demonicness, or just, not demonicness, because I'm handling the demons, but like, there's just some level of negativity within me, I guess, no matter who you ask. So I mix with hala hala, out I pop as myself, good old Kali. And once again, I get to handling the demons. I handle Daruka as my feminine self. Right? So they say. And the poison like came from, I don't remember where it came from, but apparently they said it has something to do with like the ocean and like the churning or the turbulence of the ocean. I don't know, but whatever. My past self hops in his throat. Mixes with my goodness, or mixes with her goodness, and out I pop. Once I pop out, I handle the demon once again. Notice we're 3 stories in, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm handling the demons. Why is that? I don't know if that's necessarily left out of the story, but why isn't that the focus? Really, I should be the hero, right? Because each time I handle the demon and I save everybody, but no. I'm associated with violence and sexuality. I guess because I live in the buff, but like, that's just how I'm comfortable, love. Like, I have the most mobility and I can get everything done like that. That's all. That's all it is. So, but there's another story. Story number 4. Once again, a different demon is wreaking havoc. This one, I forget what his official name is, but I know it means blood seed. What was his name? What was his name? Raktabija? Yeah, Raktabija, I think was his name. Something with an R. So Raktabija was out and about causing havoc as a big ass buffalo, right? This story is a little bit different because this demon is a real badass, apparently. This one, every time, he's not just a big ass buffalo demon, but this one's able to spawn. So every time a piece of his blood hit the floor, up pops another demon. Up spawns an entirely different demon. So it's like, wow. See, with this story, I guess I should kind of be honored, right? Because this badass demon that can just keep making more and more demons, they needed my help. They needed good old me to come in and handle, right? So, right, each time, as the story goes, a drop of his blood hits the floor, a new demon comes in. So, or it comes up. So once again, the gods are having all this trouble, and no man and no god can get rid of the blood seed. So they call me in, right? So with all the weapons of the gods, here I come with all my arms. I got a weapon in each hand, on each arm, ready to handle the situation and get to business. Okay? Get to business. So in I come. Now this one, I got to handle a little bit differently, right? Because I can't let no blood hit the floor. So I can't just go around chopping heads off like I did in the other story, right? So with all the weapons and things, I go in We fighting. We handling business. But this time, I gotta cut his head off and drink all the blood from his head before any of it can hit the ground. Because again, more demons pop up if blood hits the ground, right? So not only do I have to swallow and deal with all the other demons that have spawned because the humans were trying to solve the issue, but now I have to deal with the big ass buffalo. But that's fine, because I'm a champ and I got this. Again, I should really be the hero of all these stories. And I handle the situation, handle all the little demons, or the baby demons, or whatever you want to call them. Handle all of those. Handle the final boss. And I swallow the blood seed whole to make sure nothing falls to the ground and no other demons could be out and about causing havoc, because that's all demons do. They just like to just be out, just causing a problem, just because it's entertaining to them. So who better than me to come in and save the day, right? That's not how they're going to tell you the story, but I'm telling you, considering I was there, I'm giving you the real tea. I'm giving you my perspective. Yeah, so I swallowed him whole so that none of him nor the rest of his demons could go about causing any more havoc, because I'm the savior. So yeah, there are 4 different stories about me and my life and the role I played. But no matter what, you drop my name, you ask about me, people will say, or the folks will say, oh yeah, she was violent. She's so sexual. She's violent. She would be dancing all in her nude, and after she just cut heads off, and she don't wreak havoc per se, because the demons was wreaking havoc, but like, they call me everything but the problem solver, when I was a problem solver the whole time. I don't know how I really got that rep, but whatever, it is what it is, because I'm humble like that. Now, there are those who understand me, and they understand my primordialness, if that's how you say that word, and understand that really I transcend time, and really just, I'm that girl, you know? I have multiple arms, depending on who you ask or how people see me. I'm the problem solver. I don't care what nobody got to say. I am the problem solver. But that's not how the mass majority of people will refer to me. So I'm just so, even I misunderstand how I got the rep that I did, because like I said, I'm the savior each time. You ask me, I'm the savior. I came in when the gods couldn't handle it, when the humans couldn't handle it. They called me. But for all the art that's made and all the snapshots of history, you'll mostly see, more often than not, me standing with my foot on my hubby and a severed head in one of my arms. When that's not the whole story. That's not the whole story. If you're gonna tell the story, tell the whole story. So yeah, that's, I don't understand. I'm really misunderstood, okay? I don't know where this violence thing came from. I'm a warrior, okay? You call in a warrior to handle some stuff and to solve a problem. That's what they're gonna do. That's what I did. And somehow that translated into being a violent goddess. And just, or really that's it, I guess. Violent and sexual. Which, like, what? Where did you get sexual? Just out of my form? But that's a personal problem. Projection is one hell of a thing. So yeah, let me figure out what I'm doing with this eye, because I feel like I need like one more, I need a little bit more pop. And I'll be back to show you all the final look. Ooh. So it is much later. It's like after 2 a.m. now. I'm had the face on all day. I'm starting to crease and things. Like my hair isn't how I had it, but like here was the final look. I was real cute. I'd say your name, but you don't deserve recognition. You played a hero, but you really are the villain. There ain't a bone in me that wants to spare your feelings. You called me crazy, but it was my intuition. First we were touching and just kissing softly. And if I sing, can you get above me? Getting emotional. But he a broke ass pest. Action 21 quest. Let an X on his body, bad bitch repellent. And he got bad credit. And he got a foot fat. When he swiped his card, they rejected. All the real bitches get it. DNR, but he trying paramedic. Flatline, just get it. You know, I'm just a girl. Like, everybody likes to think I'm real sexual and you know, it's not that I do too much. The other girls don't do enough. You get me? So yeah. Where was I going with that? Yeah. They like to make me the villain, but well, I'm just real misunderstood. Everybody has a different version of how they know me, how I came to be, but everybody likes to say I'm real violent, so I put on red to, you know, be real bloody for y'all. Represent all the blood spilling that I do. I'm not violent. I just get the job done. I handle business. That's all it is. Okay? I'm going to go take this makeup off since I've had it on for hours. And I'll holla at y'all. I'll go on about my business.